Here are some details on my recent acquisition, and this rifle is a replacement for my Century Arms C15A1. I got rid of that Century Arms AR-15 because after shooting it and inspecting it closer and looking at the parts and pieces, I think it is a substandard AR-15, honestly. I probably will never touch another Century Arms AR-15, and unfortunately I think that speaks volumes for the company because, let's face it, AR-15s are extremely easy to build. But in any case, this rifle is the replacement, and I do like this rifle a lot better. This is a DPMS. It's a 16-inch configured in the ultralight, as you can see here, configuration. It has the thin barrel. I have the car style handguards on it. It has an A1 type sight system on it, as you can see right here. And this rifle is a good mix of A1 and A2 styling cues. And I think that's perfect for a small carbine length rifle such as this. So again, as you can see right here, this is an A1 style sight, iron sight setup. You've got the A1 style brass, or excuse me, the forward assist, but you have an A2 style brass deflector. There's the car handguards, which I really like the car handguards over the M4 profile handguards. They're just narrower in profile, and that's just personal preference. Standard front sight assembly here. It has the A1 profile pencil barrel, is what they usually call it. But it has an A2 style flash hider right here, as you can see. It's an A2. Lower receiver is just a typical A2 style. Lower receiver and trigger group. And the adjustable stock. This is a commercial diameter. It's not a mil-spec diameter buffer tube. And the collapsible stock right here is from DPMS, their specific design. So it's an extremely light and balanced rifle. And of course, I do have a Blackhawk magazine pouch right there. That's kind of a signature of mine, it seems like, because I like to have those magazine pouches on the rifle. This one happens to be streamlined enough where it does work pretty decently on collapsible stock rifles. Some of them are a little bulky and don't work the greatest, but this one actually works really well. This rifle typically is right around a 2 MOA gun. MOA stands for minute of angle, for those of you that are new, and basically saying a gun is 2 MOA at 100 yards is saying that the gun will shoot a 2-inch group at 100 yards. That's typically what these guns are. You can get tighter than 2 inches if you use really good ammo, but for most cases, ammo right around 2 inches and sometimes up to 3 inches. This is not a precision type firearm, and it's not meant to be. These things are lightweight. They're very utilitarian in design, and they can still hit out to right at 500 meters. It is possible with these pretty easily. Shoot from a good brace position and you'll hit out pretty far. Trigger pull is actually really good for being just a stock trigger kit. I was actually surprised. It's sitting right at about 5 pounds, and it's pretty consistent. It does have a little bit of creep as you get the pressure on the trigger, and the sear release is the same every time I squeeze the trigger. Now the bolt, one of the things I look at with an AR-15 is the bolt. I rip the bolt out and see what kind of condition the bolt is in. Is it used? Is it made to spec? And with that being made to spec, I look at the gas key on top of the bolt. And what I'll do here is I'll just kind of see if I can break this rifle open for you. Excuse the camera 1 second. I just want to show you what I'm talking about with this bolt as far as the gas key is concerned. Alright, rifle's busted apart. Now this top portion of the bolt right here where you see the 2 screws, that's the gas key. And you can see there, you see the staking on the gas key right there. You want to look and see if those hex screws are properly staked in place. Sometimes factories don't do a good job. This is a pretty good job. I've seen better, but I've seen worse. And you also want to try and wiggle that gas key to make sure it's not loose. I've actually seen loose gas keys on rifles. That will severely affect your handling. Because pretty much an AR-15, you need to have a tight gas key in order to have reliable function, because it is a direct impingement design. I'll also look at other facets of the bolt, just the construction of the bolt carrier group. I'll rip apart the bolt itself, look at the firing pin, the gas rings and whatnot, the ejector. I check the tension on the ejector and extractor. And the extractor is one thing. This is the extractor right here. A lot of the times the springs are weak, so you have to put in either a new spring or you have to put in like a O-ring or whatnot. But the spring is actually there's pretty good tension on that spring. So I'm going to shoot it without any add-ons, and then I'll just go from there. So there it is. Just some details on my new rifle. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I hope to get it out there and shoot it either today or tomorrow. And of course, I'll be doing some videos and I'll show you the performance of it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave comments. Thanks for watching.